worst.
Bro, how you jerking off?
Other hand.
Good.
I'm ambidextrous.
Good.
Ambidextrous. But it could have been way worse.
All right.
Like my left.
So I'm driving home. It's beginning to it's raining. Oh wow, actual rain. Thank the gods. Rain, rain, come and stay. Don't go away for another day. Or something like that. If I was going to rewrite that shit. Because that's what I do. I rewrite nursery rhymes, yo. Rewriting nursery rhymes, yo.
To get out of there. Everything's great.
It's a quasi car wash. Nature's car wash. Do 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 do. Nature's car wash, yeah.
Yeah, the Owlery. The Owlery's great. It's like an old house that they've turned into a.
No, it's well, maybe it used to be, but now it's like right in this town square across the street.
Okay, maybe I don't want to talk about
that. I also went to, I saw a house show, Planet X.
Oh, from an old house. They turned it from an old house.
Yeah.
That's my new bit.
To Planet X Records house, which is like a label I've been listening to bands from for a long time. And there was a few like kind of acoustic-y.
They built it from old house music.
Yes, they did. They did. I know, I got it. Barely keeping it together.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I saw this guy, Eric Ayotte, Ayotte, and like awesome voice, really cool songs, and really good stuff.
Oh, I saw that I saw that in your feed. That basically it was just like a tiny room with a show.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be like in the backyard, but it was kind of raining on and off, so everyone just kind of, and there was a ton of people there, but so everyone kind of squeezed into this like small room and played. It was really nice and intimate.
Rain.
And it was really good musician. Then like
everything
this other
it's
show,
like the rain falling down on me.
The band's first show, and they were called Gnarly Davidson.
And how were they?
Really good.
And it was their first show?
It was their first show. They were really good. And then there was another band called Frankie and the Witchfingers.
Frankie and the Witchfingers.
Yeah, there's a lot of good music there. Really good scene.
Which like Coven or which ones? Which fingers? Like which fingers or like
Coven. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like if you put bugles on your fingertips.
Oh, I forgot that was that thing I used to do.
Sure
also,
is.
I forgot about bugles. Are there still bugles?
Yeah, there are.
Is there a fuck yeah bugles Tumblr?
Oh, there should be. God damn, bugles are good.
Let's make it.
It's like Fritos, but in a cone.
Filled up with cheese whiz, even like that. Make my own combos.
Whoa, Joe, that's a game changer.
Fucking
for me.
combo hipster.
Yeah, Pepperoni.
I like an original bugle. I don't like anything else in it. Or the cheddar. Have you had the cheddar ones?
No.
Don't worry about it.
I'd be fine with like a salt and vinegar or a pizza flavored one.
What is your pizza flavor situation? I don't care for pizza flavor. It never tastes like pizza.
No, it doesn't. It's just
basil.
It's just spicy. I just appreciated the spice.
You like the pepperoni pizza bugle?
Did they have that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where have you been? Your snack game's out of date, my
I
friend.
know. Well, I don't eat snacks that often.
Bugles came out in like the 90s, like 1993.
Kind of a hype bugle
It
time
was
for
like
you.
right where you were right in the wheel zone. You're probably like combo, leather jacket, combo.
The wheel zone? So the leather jacket
It's like
was
a wheel house and
So in that scenario, the leather jacket was the combo break? Come on, guys.
But
No, why wouldn't I make that joke?
I like the wheel zone, Joe. I think it's great.
I know it's a cool term.
Okay, thanks.
Chris, do you ever try the B12 shot stuff or any of that kind of? No.
You mean
Is it
for,
affecting
like,
you
energy?
weirdly? What's happening?
No, for like what?
Is it affecting you weirdly? What do you
No, I just
about?
like I'm hoping I got like shit I got to do, and like when you get sick, like what are the steps you take? Because like you don't ever stop. So like, what are the things that you do to try and not be sick?
Sleep.
Well, I'm fortunate that I don't get sick very often.
Yeah.
But when I do a lot of placebo things.
Yeah.
Like I'll take Airborne, and actually, one thing that I was doing for a while that I really liked was apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar with the veil of the mother in it, which is basically like unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Do a couple tablespoons of that. It's good. It helps your throat, and it also. I'm not a medicine man, but in my head, the story that I told myself why it worked was that it increased the what is it? The
Amplitude.
alkalinity of your blood or something, or is it increasing the acid in your blood? I don't know. I'm not an alternative medicine person. It increases something in your blood, which helps you in ways that are good and beneficial
Great.
to your life.
I'll do that too.
But yeah, so I liked apple cider vinegar, and then that's
A
about
lot
it.
of people have B12 shot in my butt.
I don't know. I don't know.
Where do you go get one of those?
Oh, you can go to a little kind of close
In the corner.
places, or little like walking clinics.
Yeah, let some hipster pull out a needle and shove it in your body.
You're so obsessed with hipsters.
What are you talking about?
Really, like, it's like that's your go-to negative connotation on anybody.
Well, I had to do something after
Wow.
that.
That rain. Mother frack. We're gonna slow down a little bit.
It's just an easily identifiable group that would work in a store like
But I
that.
don't think it is. I was never going to think of something.
I'm glad we're breaking this down on the reels.
I really don't like that. It's like you were talking about, right? Like, Phoenix. There's no real way.
Glad I got the
like,
camera going,
the
'cause
way
if I
to
die, I
say
want people to
that
know how
something's
hard it was raining when it
can
did.
mean. Like hippie, you kind of get like a pretty good idea of hippie.
Yeah.
That's why I use hippie.
And greasers.
Yeah.
My definition of a hipster is that it's basically an aesthetic, and
Oh, now
that-
we're slowing down.
The choices that they make are to to do something ironically rather than.
But you can't know. You can't know the intention of what somebody does and why.
Well, I feel yes, Jonah. I agree. Stop the hate. But
No,
but also,
I'm not like I'm not trying to defend any.
No.
I hear noise.
You're right. It's bad to label people, but sometimes in comedy we condense things and labels into
Thanks for booting me out of comedy for a moment.
Well,
to make your points.
Thanks for taking a dumb sarcastic joke and taking it real.
No. But I know because it wasn't so much you, but it was because we were having that conversation. Like it is a thing where people call something hipster, but it's like it's hard to tell what it is. That's why I was just wondering.
I think hipsters are basically just trend chasers.
Yeah.
I think hipsters are just trend chasers. Like, oh, this is cool, like.
So, but hipsters could also be referred to as like hippies because hippies was like a fashionable movement, and so like,
hipsters were never hippies.
I think hipsters are more out of the beatnik culture than hippie culture.
yeah. Well, they use the term hipsters in the jazz era.
Yeah.
Slang term for heroin users.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I think
Maybe there's a motorcycle up
when
there.
I think of a hipster, I think like
I hear this sound.
someone into Jack Kerouac in the time of Jack
But I
Kerouac.
can't see anything
like the
going
50s.
Yeah. Play their bongo drums.
Yeah. Sit around.
What
read
is going
poetry.
on?
I don't really.
But now I think of it
I don't
as Brooklyn.
really actually have a hatred of hipsters.
Oh,
and I think we are all. I think that's also part of some small part of our DNA as well.
Yeah, I think it's just like what people think about hipsters is just it's the current fashion trend, if anything. It's just what people are wearing right now.
I think the word trend is the key term there. I think hipster equals trend chaser.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I see it.
Because guys will look at you and call you a hipster.
They have, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And
Probably
it's like,
more you than me.
Yeah.
But I think
there's that thing that someone made where it's like almost like the scale of like an ape to man thing.
Yes.
But it's a guy that's looks like a businessman, and like he's looking at like a guy that's in casual business clothes going like hipster.
Yeah.
And then like the casual businessman clothes look at some guy just in a plaid shirt calling him hipster.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps on going. So it's all the perspective.
I think the word just sounds funny to me.
It is. It's a good word.
That's why I throw it out.
It's
And it's
nice.
also a it's a very general term that doesn't necessarily have to offend anyone.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's kind of funny. Like,
A non-specific
I apologize. I didn't mean
insult.
to I was just using it as a conversation.
But we're sort of the same.
we're getting faster at this.
I mean, you just get really analytical when you're sick.
I know. It's because I can't think of anything funny to say, so I just have to talk that way.
Oh, that's really funny. Matt just pulled up a picture of Indiana Jones with a pair of glasses, and it says, "I was indie before it was hipster." Genius. Pretty genius.
I just silently add things to the podcast now.
This is something visual for this audio medium.
I just searched the term hipster. I wanted to see what kind of people came up.
And Indiana Jones came up.
Well, that was one of the images that came up, and a lot of the images that came up looked like these two.
Yeah.
And then some of the images looked like these two with more piercings.
No, the truth is, of course, you can't really know anyone. You don't know what their story is, and I don't really judge people.
You had an old great joke that was something I can't remember like the lead of everything, but the idea of it was like a guy wearing like a dumb shirt, and you say like irony is only a joke when it's between friends. It was something I can't remember. It was an old joke of yours where it's like someone will only think that's funny that you're wearing that if they know who you are. If you're just seeing someone wearing that shirt, you're like, what an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everyone obviously, everyone has a story, and but sometimes in comedy we take shortcuts to just.
Like, what would Jonah? I'm gonna show you a picture of Jonah. And you tell me how would you describe this gentleman? Ready?
Yeah. White.
Jonah only see race.
Okay, so let me describe this picture. It's a young gentleman wearing a cardigan with a double Windsor knotted tie. He has
Hang on, the tie is also knit.
It's a knit tie.
Yeah.
His sleeves are pushed up. He has a messenger bag. He has a newspaper boy cap, which may have a different term. He's wearing some very nice looking headphones.
Yep.
And he's got some glasses on, unlike yours, and he's got a thin beard and a curly Q mustache.
That's a hipster.
I would describe him as Irish. He looks kind of Irish. Yeah,
Right, but like that's a hipster. Like that, to me,
no.
that
I
is a
think a hipster.
I think hipster
wears
less Jonah.
No, I think a hipster wears a cat face sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like a thrift store or like Salvation Army,
or like the dudes.
and they wear fucking like they wear lensless white frames.
I
I don't know. That's a
In
wide-
England, I think they call them dickheads. I think
Well,
it's
in
really
English,
nice.
that great song.
And Nathan Barley, they call them idiots.
I love being a dickhead. Where's the dickhead song? It's a good song.
It really works with the visual, so I'd rather not play it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But what if? But I want to play it. I guess Jonah's the deciding vote.
So like more
You know, it
like
could really go either way.
God damn it!
this guy with his stag sweater.
No, well, I don't know. He sort of looks like the Gorton's fisherman.
No, see, that's just a guy that has a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
And there's some people that like it's like if you don't have a Patagonia logo on your sweater, you're a hipster.
Nothing wrong.
That
with
just looks like a fucking alternativo type.
Alternativo.
Can't tell if it rained here.
2020 vision is the parliamentary phrase. Dressing like a nut, although I never got the grace. I remember when the kids at school would call me names. Now we're taking over their estates. Well, all my life is a decay. All my friends are decays.
That's a picture of Paul McCartney.
I know. I was just going to see what Jonah would say to that.
I just read a great snippet of the new McCartney bio.
We just read. Oh, he's releasing a bio.
He's not. Someone else wrote it. Where did I read it? It was in I don't know what.
Must have rained
wasn't
here.
Rolling
Everything's
Stone.
wet.
Who gives a shit
Wet-ish.
magazine?
No, it was a. But it was really fascinating, just about the last days.
I don't know why I said
So
that.
according to this
I don't
bio,
know
can
why
you look
I
that up,
said
Katie? So according to this bio, it's basically a handful of pages from the story.
Yeah.
It's all about the Beatles, like right at the point where they broke up.
Yeah.
And then leading into Paul trying to find his identity, like before he goes into
Let
Wings.
me tell you, if you want to read a book about that, it's called "You Never Give Me Your Money." It's essentially the Beatles right up through the breakup, and then the post-Beatles lives, and then them having to go, "Oh shit, we don't have money. Let's get back together and do this anthology." It's the whole, and it's like
That anthology was them trying to make money?
Yeah, 95. Yeah, yeah, because
95?
1995.
1995.
The ABC.
Yeah, the anthology, the Beatles anthology.
They didn't have money at that point?
There was some troubles.
How? I thought Paul was worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Read the book.
Oh,
It's
but they didn't
amazing.
have any of the rights to their own
Yeah,
songs.
read the book. It's
Michael
amazing.
Jackson had
Michael
them all.
Jackson.
Michael Jackson bought them.
Yeah, so.
And then he ran out of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But what
they're
happens
cursed.
is, guys, it's a really good book. It's really well researched, and like, but it's the most well researched book I've ever seen. And every review of it I've read has said it's Peter Doggett wrote it. Has said just commented on how meticulous the research is on this book. It's really great. It's really fascinating.
I was reading pieces. Did you find it yet? Man on the Run. Yeah, that's it. Man on the
But
Run.
it's just like all the stuff with like Asher, all the stuff with Klein, and like it was just, it's amazing.
But in Man on the Run, this segment was talking about how, you know, like when Paul didn't, according to this, he didn't want them to break up.
Right.
And John was like, "Fuck off, I'm out of here."
Yep.
And then,
depending on what week it was, yeah.
and then, but it said, you know, while he was off trying to essentially try to really break free from the band and do his own thing, that at his house in a white Rolls, the other three guys showed up, and Lennon scaled the wall of his house with bricks and like broke all the windows out.
Yeah,
basically just
because he wasn't coming to the sessions for the last album.
So who's right and who's wrong?
It's interesting if you read it. It's like it's just everybody. I'll tell you who's right, George,
Why?
because he just did what George does. He's like, I'll still do the Beatles if you want me to do the Beatles. In the meantime, I'm going to make my own music and we'll be fine.
Did he really think all those things would pass?
Yeah, yeah, he really did. He really did. But it's really it's a fascinating book, and I recommend it to anybody. It's called "You Never Give Me Your Money."
All right.
And read it. It's a really good read. It actually opens. They were trying to figure out how much it would cost to put on a Central Park Beatles concert in 1979. Because they were like, "Whoa, we need to do something."
Wow.
And then John died.
Well, John didn't die.
It's crazy. They would have.
That would have been the highest selling
God,
album
yeah.
of all
You
time.
kidding me? Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
But Wings was one of the biggest bands
Yeah.
of
Sure.
that century.
But it's interesting. It's like funny. Like they talk about like Paul, like John, just like putting McCartney's name on "Give Peace a Chance," just like because like that's how he always did it. He's like, well, I guess it's just McCartney, Lennon, McCartney. I guess we'll just credit it to both.
That was
of
a
us.
weird thing that McCartney did, though, where he had
He
it
tried
switched.
to get it flipped.
Did he not
for
succeed?
yesterday? No, Yoko wouldn't let him. Guys, it's a very interesting tale. I highly recommend it to everybody who
All right.
has any interest in the Beatles.
Sold.
Did either of you
If
watch
I can just find a work reason to read it.
Maybe we should have Peter Doggett on the podcast.
All right.
Either of you watched the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I sure
induction?
did, Jonah.
I did not, Jonah.
Well, it wasn't for work. You didn't have to.
Oh.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Hall & Oates was, I think my favorite part of that was, well, besides the Nirvana stuff,
Nirvana stuff was great.
was the Hall & Oates stuff. That's where I come.
You're
my
out of touch,
least
man.
favorite part was the E Street Band.
So long.
Good Lord, I don't care.
How long?
It was probably